So we have basically taken over the Militia National Wildlife Refuge, and this will become a base place for patriots from all over the country to come and to be housed here and live here. And we're planning on staying here for several years. And while we're here, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be freeing these lands up and getting the ranchers back to ranching, getting the miners back to mining, getting the loggers back to logging, and where they can do it under the protection of the people and not be afraid of this tyranny that's been upon them. And what will happen is Harney County will begin to thrive again. And one time they were the wealthiest county in the state. Now they're the poorest county. Yeah. And we will reverse that in just a few years by freeing up their land and resources. And we're doing this for the people. We're doing this so the people can have their lands and their resources back where they belong. And it's really that simple. But we're the point of the spear that's going to bring confidence and strength to the rest of the people. And we're calling people to come out here and stand. And it's really that simple. We have a place for you now. We have a place for you to come. We have a place for you to stay warm. We have food planned and prepared. We need you to bring your arms, and we need you to come to the Militia National Wildlife Refuge.
You guys,
thank you.
This is Blaine Cooper. I agree with what Hammond said. And bring your arms. And you know, if you guys had bullies in high school, anybody? They always kicked the crap out of you, and you got sick of it at one point, didn't you? And you had to put him in his place. I had to knock mine out, and we became best friends. Now, I'm not going to be best friends with the BLM. The point is, until that line is drawn and say, we've had enough of this tyranny, you are going to leave us alone, it will not change. And you guys see, this is the power of America right here. People got together for this. It doesn't have to stop here. This could be a hope that spreads to the whole country, the whole United States. Everybody's looking for this hope because the government has beat us and oppressed us and took everything from us. They will not stop until we tell them no. Period.
Exactly.
So we drove 1,000 miles to get here. We feel the same way. That's why we're here. Yeah. Yeah.
Remember, the bully always fears the retaliation.
Yeah.
Because they never think you're going to retaliate.
Yeah.
The bullies are cowards.
Yep.
Okay, can you tell me your name and how you spell it, please?
Hammond Bundy, A-M-M-O-N B-U-N-D-Y.
Okay, so if you could tell me, first of all, why you're out here today.
We're out here because the people have been abused long enough, really. Their lands and their resources have been taken from them to the point where it's putting them literally in poverty. And this facility here has been a tool into doing that. It is the people's facility, owned by the people, and it has been provided for us to be able to come together and unite and making a hard stand against this overreach, this taking of the people's land and resources.
Right, and so the rally today was part of that, of course, but did you feel that did not go far enough, that didn't accomplish what you wanted it to accomplish?
I felt that it was a great rally, and it did accomplish what rallies do accomplish, but I feel that we are in a situation where if we do not do something, if we do not make a hard stand, that we will be in a position where we won't be able to as a people. And so that's why we're here.
Right. So how long are you prepared to be out here for?
We're prepared to be out here for as long as needs be.
So under, like, when is your goal achieved and you would be willing to leave? Like, what would it take for you?
When the people of Harney County can use the land and resources without being put in fear and without being restricted to the point that it puts them out of business. And once they can use these lands as free men, then we will have accomplished what we come to accomplish, and there will be no need for us to be here. We'll go back to our families, and back to our occupations, and back to our homes.
And so that has nothing directly then to do with the Hammond case, or is that all part of it for you as well?
It does, because, I mean, in one sense, the Hammonds are just an example or a symptom of a very huge egregious problem, and it's happening all across the United States. We have the EPA that is taking properties away from American people, that they're restricting full industries, putting full states and counties into economic depressions. We have a slew of other federal agencies that are doing the exact same thing, and they're doing it by controlling the land and the resources because they know where wealth generates from. Wealth generates from the earth, from the land and the resources. And so if they can control them, then they can be the beneficiaries of them. And the American people have to basically beg them for whatever they give them. And that is what this is about.
And so, what is, so now are you calling for more people to come up and...
Absolutely. For those that understand what is going on, and those who want to and feel a need to stand, we're asking them to come. We have a facility that we can house them in. We have plenty work to do to start to unwind all of these unconstitutional land transactions and controls and we have plenty work to do. We need you to come and be unified with us so we can be protected and be together, and we're calling people to come. Absolutely.
And so what would you say to law enforcement agencies potentially trying to kick you off here?
Well, we pose no threat to anybody. There's no person that is physically harmed by what we are doing. This facility is owned by the people, and so if they come to bring physical harm to us, then they will be doing it only because of a facility or a building. And I don't believe that warrants killing people or trying to basically stop people from expressing their rights and doing what they know is right.
Do you have any?
You're prepared to stay here for as long as it takes?
As long as it takes, yep.
Has any official word been given from the wildlife management or any of the federal authorities?
No, we
to
haven't
you all?
heard from any of them. We hope they're home with their families, if they have families. We intend them no harm. We know that many of those employees at one time were working for ranchers or as ranchers and loggers, and they were forced to leave those industries that many of them had for many generations. They were forced to leave them and go find a government job. And now Harney County, the U.S. government is the highest employer in the county. 73% of the land in Harney County is controlled by the federal government. And we just cannot have that. The people cannot survive without their land and resources. And I'm grateful that I have these gloves. But these gloves came from the land. And I'm grateful I have this coat. But this coat came from the land. All comfort, all wealth, everything that we have as a people that we use to live, to eat, to find comfort, comes from the earth. And we cannot have the government restricting the use of that to the point where it puts us in poverty.
Yeah.
We just cannot.
And last question, what I talked to a bunch of people today in Burns, and it's quite the controversy in town. There's people who welcome you guys here, people who are against it. Some people were simply, they said, oh, we're scared, we're afraid because everyone is wearing guns. But are you insisting that you are here for purely peaceful?
Absolutely. I mean, and we're here for the people of Harney County. I mean, it might take a little bit for people to realize that, but we are here for them. We are here with them because of what has happened to them.
For the whole country,
Yeah.
for the whole West. The county that I'm in, 90% is controlled by the federal government. And, and the problem is when the federal government controls it, they combined all three branches of power into one. Executive, legislative, and judicial. And this is without representation. A bureaucrat can write a statute enforce effective law. It's enforced by federal rangers. You get in trouble, you go to a federal court, and none of these people do elect. They have no accountability to us. And I'm a small rancher down there next to Bundy's, and you know, we need representation. Taxation without representation caused a big problem 200 years ago, and now we have control without representation. If you control the land, you control the people. This land belongs to the people of the county. It doesn't belong to a federal government, and that's very important. What Adam said is absolutely right.